Alright, hey guys. Today I'm here with one of my best friends, Jimmy.
Hello, how are you guys?
Jimmy, do you want to just introduce yourself?
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about
My
you.
name's Jimmy Draymond. I'm 23 years old. Currently pursuing acting, and that's what I'm pursuing right now.
And so you currently are a stand-in, right, on the set of Chicago PD.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell us
Yeah,
a little bit about
that's-
what does a stand-in mean? What.
So stand-in is, not a lot of people know what a stand-in is. So basically, every single, show, especially on the primetime networks or any movies, they're going to need a stand-in for every main character on the actual cast.
Mm-hmm.
And what that basically means is, they have to have someone that can resemble a certain character in the sense of height, weight, hair color,
Okay.
so that they will light the same or very similar.
Sure.
Right. So you and I are kind of like a similar height, right? We have brown hair,
Yeah.
darker hair. I could stand in for you, or you could stand in for me, vice versa, because everyone on the set, like the director, the DP, the director of photography, the grips, the gaffers, all those people, they need to see how the real shot is going to look.
Yeah.
So
For like the main actors.
for the
when they
main
actually
actors
come in
when
and
they're
do the
actually
shot.
ready to shoot the shot, correct? Because whenever they're rolling, a lot of money gets put into those shots. So
Yeah.
so what we'll do is we'll watch the rehearsals of the actual actor and for the character that we stand in for.
Yeah.
And we also on Chicago PD, which is awesome and I'm grateful for, is they actually make us, they give us the lines and we rehearse the dialogue, and they appreciate it if you have it memorized, and it's professional in that way. So so we'll do the rehearsals while they're trying to light the set, and while the cameramen are trying to get a gist of where they're going to be and how they want the shot to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they feel confident enough in the shot, that's when they say, all right, thank you, second team. We're going to get the first team in, we're going to get the actors in, we're going to shoot it now.
Okay.
And then, it takes a long time to shoot scenes. So,
Yeah.
like, if they're shooting this scene right now, right, we're only getting one angle here. But in a show like Chicago PD or any of those big-time shows, they're going to want to get one from behind us, they're going to want to get one from over here, they want to get one from over here. So every time they turn around, we come back in, they relight it, and that's essentially what a stand-in does. So.
Okay. And so your passion is acting and just like film in general.
Yeah, definitely. I've wanted to act for a long time, but honestly, I never had enough self-confidence to really push myself into it and really say I'm pursuing acting.
Yeah.
Until just about 6 months ago, which is when I had the opportunity from Chicago PD to just start standing in, which is an awesome opportunity, and I've worked a lot of days on that show now.
How did you get that opportunity exactly?
So, to be honest with you, I just saw that they were looking for stand-in, so I just sent them an email, and I did a little spot, I was the dead guy in Chicago PD in season 4. I was just like a featured.
You were actually on the show, which is awesome.
Well, I didn't have lines or anything,
Yeah.
but so those people were the same people that cast the stand-ins.
Yeah, so they kind of knew you, right?
I think they did a little bit, and also, I do have, although I don't have much acting experience, I did have a lot of on-set experience from crew work. That's basically how I got into this. When I was 18, I met a great family friend of mine named John Moncton, who did a lot of crew work, and he introduced me to gripping and other aspects of behind the scenes, and I met a lot of great people.
Yeah.
But I was a little too young for it, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I kind of almost pushed myself out of that world just by messing up and not being responsible enough to handle the kind of money, the kind of responsibility, and everything that came with it. And it was a learning experience, but now I'm really going into acting, and I wouldn't change anything for the world of where I'm at right now. It's almost kind of fun to chase something that's difficult.
Yeah, definitely. And so you've kind of told me before, that you really you loved working on like the crew side of things for sets. You like that, but like you would always kind of go into work and in a way like wish that you were actually doing
acting. Absolutely, and that's not taking anything away from crew work. Crew work, like I was getting paid a lot more money doing crew work than I am now.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're working on a set like that, you're working 12, 13, 14 hour days a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a sacrifice of commitment, and which is fine. But to me, if I'm gonna sacrifice that time and all that hours and energy, I want to be really like passionate and happy for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think that I went into work sometimes looking at cast members and people pursuing acting and getting casting calls, things like that, and I'm like, man, like really, that's what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to go in that right direction. Am I good enough? It's a very cutthroat, challenging industry.
Yeah.
So that was my biggest issue, and I'm finally starting to feel like I'm on the right path, and that's thanks to all the amazing people that I've met on that set. Yeah. And some of the other stand-ins that have become friends of mine, and they just help me all the time and encourage me, and that's the best part about what I'm doing now is just the people around me that are supporting me. So
okay, so just to transition a little bit, what would you say like your experience with mental health is?
I would say my experience with mental health is, I'm not going to sit here and say that I have, that I am very anxiety filled, because I don't really feel like that. Yeah. And, I don't think I've had like panic attacks, because I know a lot of people that have had panic attacks, have anxiety, and I don't want to disrespect them or anyone else, that could be watching this or anything and saying that I struggle. However, I will say that in high school, I had lots of anxiety, just because I hated high school. Going to class the next day was terrible. I was very awkward socially. I just was not confident in my family life, in how I looked, how I spoke, you name it. I was not a confident person. I hated going to school the next day. So on those nights, I would definitely had that anxiety. But
sit down over here.
For me, let's see here.
We're getting a little wet.
That's right. Get a little wet. It's all right. I'm always wet anyway. So no, for me, I would say that my more so my experience with mental illness would be from my father, who, as you know, but not everybody knows, he was 40. He got diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's when he was, I think he was 40 when he got diagnosed, and then he just passed away this summer. He was 40. He was 43 when he passed away. He would have been 44 in August. That was extremely challenging for me. It still is. That was extremely challenging. It still is for my family. But we watched him. I watched him go from this extremely confident, outgoing, well-respected, always in control man, father, that you can go to anything, you can go to him for anything. Yeah. Everyone, liked him and enjoyed his company, into somebody who's, starting to not even remember who you are, or who he is, or how to drive a car, or, how to use the bathroom. And so, it shows you what love is, and there's a different kind of, like, that bond between a father and a son, or, a husband and a wife, a mother and a son, that you don't think of and that you take for granted on a daily basis. So that was definitely a struggle. It still is a struggle. But yeah, I mean, that's something that will always stick with me. But and my mom, she's going through a lot. My grandmother and my brother, they all have all kinds of anxiety, depression, everything from the loss and from what comes from the loss. But he was a very, very positive person, and so that's how I feel like I have to be in honoring him and just being positive and chasing my dreams and going for it, even how unrealistic as it may be, because he was like that. People be like, Dan, that's unrealistic. And no, it's not unrealistic. Anything is obtainable if you really work for it, and if you really believe in it. And so, I would say that's my main experience with mental illness.
You are definitely like one of the most. One of the more positive people that I know, and after going through something like that, after your dad passing, like you still are getting up every day and like going to this job and pursuing what you really want to do, what you love, which is super inspiring. And I'll never like pick you up and you're like in a bad mood or anything like that. And you know, after going through something like that, you know, I feel like a lot of people would just be in a worse place, like mentally, than I think you are. And so I think that's very, very inspiring also, and I think something that like a lot of people could learn from. And so I just kind of, like, what I want to hear from you, like, for the sake of myself, I want to know, and I think it could be very valuable for other people to hear, like, what is your kind of your mindset in life. I know you kind of touched on it, but like, because you know what I mean, like, you went through such a tragic thing.
I mean, well, I appreciate
still,
you saying that. First of all, it means a lot. I really appreciate you. I've always appreciated you. But I mean, first of all, like, my loss, my tragedy, whatever you want to call it, you know, it's no bigger than anyone else's. So I think that's one thing that, you know, there are people out there that have lost way more than me, and in a way more tragic way. You know, so nobody's problem is bigger than anyone else's problem. But I have my moments. I mean, believe me when I say I have my moments. You know, I like to drive it. I like to drive it at night a lot, and I listen to music, and that's what kind of calms me down. And you know, and those are the moments where I'll kind of, you know, get emotional about whether it's my dad or my family or, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You know, so I definitely have my moments of, you know, being down and out. But to me, I know some people that, you know, close to me that go through something very tragic, and they're so negative about everything, because it's like, what's there to live for? You know, this is an awful day, like, you know, it's the holidays are coming up, you know, it's like, well, your dad's not here, you know, well, your Aunt Susie's not here. It's like, well, you know what, would they want us to sit around and be, you know, sad about it and throw it away? No. So to me, it's like, you know, whatever you believe in after you pass, you know, I do believe that you will see those people again, you know, after you pass. So it's like, you know what, I'll see them again, right? I might as well make them proud before I have to go see them again. So to me, that goes with everything. That goes with just waking up, like you saying you're picking me up and never going to be negative. Why would I be negative? Because even if I'm having a terrible day, and even if I'm depressed or miserable or whatever, why would I bring that to you? Because then I bring that to you, and that's going to make you like that, and then you're bringing that to another person, and you're spreading misery. You're spreading just nothing but negative effects, and it really has such an effect on not only that day, but that week and the month and the year. It's like, I believe in manifesting things, manifesting positivity, manifesting what you want in life. Yeah. You know, and that comes either way. That comes whether you're going to manifest positive things or whether you're going to manifest negative things. Yeah. Absolutely. So people that think, oh, I'm cursed, you know, oh, my life is terrible. Well, no, it's because, you know, you are who you are. You're going to create your own destiny. You're going to create your own truth. So that's why I just try to wake up with a positive attitude every day, and just to be strong for my family. I mean, I was the oldest son, you know, so I have a 4-year-old little sister. You know, my brother obviously is 20, and you know, my mom and my, you know, grandma, everybody, you know, my whole family. I just gotta be. I want to be strong. I want to be positive for them to show, you know, hey, we're gonna be all right. There's no problem that you can't figure out, and you just gotta laugh along. Laugh at yourselves and just go along with it. And that's how my dad was as well, which is what I get from him. Yeah.
So I think you're kind of using your dad's passing as almost like motivation for you in a way.
I mean, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, you're living, you know, and trying to pursue what you love, your dream and whatnot, almost like to honor him in a sense. I mean, it's for you, but you know, it's for you. I mean, but also, you're using it in a very like positive way, which I think is pretty incredible and very inspiring, and something that, you know, a lot of people could definitely learn from. So,
I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, I have made a million mistakes, as many people that know me, you know, and so, you know, for me, being positive is about, you know, it's something that needs to happen every day if you don't want to continue making mistakes, and if you want to continue being unhappy, you just got to be positive. However you do it, it's just very important to me to be positive and, you know, keep going.
Yeah. So what would you say, or how would you say your passion in acting and film and going and pursuing what you really want to do every day as a stand-in and whatnot, how does that kind of play into your mental health? Is it kind of like a release for you?
Well, it's absolutely a release. I mean, I love what I'm doing now. I mean, obviously it's not the end goal, but it's great, stepping stone for me. But
Yeah.
I love anytime I'm on a set, you know, whether that be for a TV show, for, you know, commercial, anything. Like, I'm genuinely happy and enjoying what I'm doing. Doesn't matter if I have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get there, and I have to be there until, you know, 11 o'clock that night. You know, I really enjoy it. So grateful for it. So for me, yeah, absolutely, it makes me happy. And like when I have good days on set and I kind of realize like, wow, you know, this happened today, I know I'm on the right path here.
Yeah.
That is like a high in itself.
Yeah.
So that's what keeps me going, because I'll go home and I go, man, I got a little bit closer today to where I want to be. And then the next day you get a little bit closer, next day. So absolutely, it makes me happy when I'm there. It keeps me motivated, and it just makes me, you know, realize that tomorrow morning the sun is going to come up again. It's going to be a new day, and it's what you make it. So it absolutely keeps me motivated in that way.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy, I think you know, you have a mindset that I could learn a lot from. A lot of people could learn a lot from, and it's very inspiring.
I appreciate it, dude. No,
Thank you for coming and being interviewed and kind of sharing a little bit about, you know, your life and stuff, which is something that might not be so easy to share. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, dude. I mean, it's awesome what you're doing with this passion brand. I know a lot of people are just absolutely amazed by what you've done and how many people you've touched. And he writes individual letters to everybody that gets a shirt. Don't forget that. So, I mean, the time that you're taking to do stuff like this, you know, freezing our butts off out here on a solid metal wet bench, you know, to really chase after what you're passionate about is inspiring as well. So everyone go buy a shirt, go buy whatever he's got on there, just buy it all. Just don't stop. Just keep clicking, add into that cart. All right.
All right. Thanks,
Thanks,
Jimmy.
dude.